sorry. So with our chocolate drizzled shortbread, first thing you want to do is set your oven to 350. If your oven's hot like mine, then just do it at 325. And then you're going to take 1 cup of softened butter and 1 cup of icing sugar, and then we're just going to cream it. Next, you're going to beat in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2. Oops, that's fine. I like vanilla. Okay, so the flour is all blended in. You can tell it's a little bit crumbly. So now we're just going to take it onto a floured surface and just make it into a nice. So with shortbread, you do not want to knead it. You do not want to work it with your hands very well. So just very gently pat it into a ball. The butter is nice and soft. It's a soft dough, so it's not that hard. So do not knead it. And then we're going to put a little bit of flour on top, not a lot, because we don't want it to get hard. And then we're going to roll it out. Okay, so now we're cutting out. I am using a candy cane. You can use whatever shape you want, or you can just roll them into balls. And putting 3 on a cookie sheet. And again, just like the ginger molasses, I do mine quite thick because I don't like my cookies to be really hard and thin. I like mine to be a little bit thicker and crunchy. Or not crunchy, and just chewy, not crunchy. So I'm going to put 9 on a cookie sheet, and then I'm going to be cooking them for 7 minutes. Now you are going to know when they are done, because they're going to, when you see them on the pan, you'll see just a little bit of brown, not a lot. And you know they're finished. And if you turn it over, you see how it's just barely golden brown. That's what you're looking for. Any darker, they're going to be crispy cookies. You want them to be cooked, but just barely cooked. See how that one's just slightly golden brown? That's what you're looking for. So if you're unsure whether or not your cookies are cooked, just take the spatula, pick a cookie up, look underneath, and if it's slightly golden brown, they're cooked. Put them on the rack to cool. You're good. Now a little trick with shortbread is it's a very delicate dough. So you see, I tried not to leave very much space in between my cutting because you don't want to handle this dough very much. So try to leave as little space as possible if you're doing shapes. And then when you're going to recollect it, just be very gentle and gently reform it into a ball and roll it out again. Don't do it aggressively, and try not to use too much flour. Phoenix, is it good? Are they yummy? Yeah? Say yum yum. Yum yum cuckoos. He loves them, even without the chocolate. Yummy. Alright, so my cookies are fully cooled, and I've just laid them on the counter with wax paper underneath. And now I am melting on a saucepan about 1.5 cups of chocolate and 1 tablespoon of shortening. And so I'm just going to mix it together until it's all melted nicely. After your chocolate and shortening are melted, you want to keep it on minimum just to keep it soft. And here you can dip a few here and have lightly sprinkled them. So all you do is pretty straightforward. Just dip the end in and then just shake it off a little bit until it stops dripping too much, because you don't want too much excess on your wax paper. And you just put it over here to let it set. And then you can sprinkle them with some sprinkles if you'd like, or some nuts, or just leave as is. So I'm going to do about half of mine like this, and then the other half I will drizzle. Okay, they're all done. So I have them all dipped with sprinkles here, and then I drizzled with chocolate just with my spoon. I just went back and forth. They don't look fantastic on the wax paper, but once you put them onto like a plate, or once you take them off the wax paper, they'll look better. I'll show you. And then I had a couple circles just with leftover dough, and so I just went ahead and dipped them right in chocolate. And then I got the idea about, oops, sorry, still wet. You know what tastes probably really good is some chopped toasted pecans on top. I think that'd be delicious. Anyways, there's another idea for you. This batch I got 3 dozen out of, so it will depend on what you like, what shapes you use, how thick you cut your cookies, but yeah, it makes a good amount of shortbread for you, so I hope you like it.